Hello guys, my name is Maria, and today I will talk about fake news and why it's important we talk about fake news. Nowadays, we live in a world that we have a lot of technology and internet. We have a lot of access to internet. And on internet, we have a lot of tech informations. And we have, it's good we have informations because we can know what is happening all over the world in other countries. But we have the bad side on the internet. And I will talk about fake news. That is informations that aren't true and happens a lot. And we need to take to pay attention, and I will talk about. So how this process work? Um, so a group of people spread the fake informations, and they uses a kind of robot, and they uses a deep web system. So it's too hard to punish them because they stay anonymous, and it's too hard to know who are making this. And the reason is like a commercial idea. They use the fake news to attract other people to their sites, and the reason is like selling their products. And the other reason is just spread hate. And like I don't like one person, so I will spread this information to spread hate, and it's really sad. And we need to pay attention the fake news because can affect several sectors on society, like healthy, really important, like politics. And I will give example in time of election period, that we have the number of fake news increase a lot. So we need to pay attention what's happening, and with the information of our candidate is true or no. And I will give you some cases of fake news. And it starts to Trump, the king of fake news. And one example is Trump is the ex-president of United States, and he said to everyone that the cure of coronavirus is in an injection of disinfectant. So, and it's not true, guys. It's not true. And he says that was. So we need to pay attention. I will repeat it all over my project. Pay attention. And the other case is in Brazil. In Brazil, that a woman was happening a case that a woman kidnapped kids. And people saw on social medias a sketch by this woman, and they think they go to their house, the human house, human house, and they bet her to the death. And wasn't her, and she died. You know, and oh my God. And we have a lot of case that is a measles vaccine. So people was happening rumors that people think that the measles vaccine was mortal and the kids will die, so they don't bring their child to vaccine. And it wasn't true. It wasn't true. It's a fake news. And the number of cases of measles starts to increase. So, and now I will talk how we can fight, how we can try to fight. One example is when we are on social medias, we need to pay attention. We need to read several times. And before we share to other people, we need to search more than one site, and see that it's true or not. And it's a type of like we can try to do, because I think, for my opinion, always will exist these fake news, but we can try to fight. And it's that. Thank you for the attention.
Okay. Hello, my name is Guilherme, and I'm from Keynote Proficient B. And today I'm going to talk about the definition of success. On the dictionary, there are plenty of definitions for it, like an achievement or reaching a happy result, a good result. But when we all think about success, the first thing we think is money. Like we all see the rich guy, the rich person, as the most successful one. And other persons like think about family, raising a family, getting married, having children. And like these both things are like the most common ways of success from our society. By my own thoughts, I think success is having money, of course, and a great family, but also being very happy with it. So, but we can't like put a definition for the success. Any like everyone has its own definition. Like you can like, oh, my success is having a big car, a great house, but the friend by your side, like they live the same life of yours, he can have a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different thoughts, priorities, different priorities. And the best way to know if you are going to the right way to reach your success is having a definition different than anyone in the planet. You have to have your own definition, the one that only you can understand the sense, and the only one that will make you happy. No one else can know that for you. Like there are a lot of people that makes their lives based on what the world wants to them, what their family wants, and that's not good. The result of this are unhappy persons with living a life that they don't want to. Like they are just making these things to fit in the society. But you can't listen to these persons who try to say what is better, what is best for you, and these kind of things. You have to have your own thoughts about it. Other persons even envy the other person's life, like they want exactly what the other person have, and that's bad. That's terrible, because you don't know what opportunities this person had, and you won't have the same opportunities as they had in their lives. So you have to understand your own life, and you have to make your goals based on it, like, and what you can reach, when you get older and more experience, life tends to like issues and obstacles that makes you lost your desires, your wishes. But you can't be like that. You have to keep going, keep struggling, because if you keep going, I'm certain you will finally be happy on the end. And here are some tips for you who wants to know, you need to take these tips for your life to be happy to achieve your goals. You have to choose from your own thoughts what you want to do in your life. You have to understand that life is not only a job, and your job is not all in your life. You have to know how to use your free time. Like you have to enjoy all little things and all wonderful things life gives you. And you have to know that money is important for sure, but you will only be happy when it stops being important. And you need to understand that there will be failures. There is like, it's not going every time succeed, but you have to wake up in the next day willing and wanting to move on. And that's it. Thank you.
So, hello everyone, my name is Eric, I'm from Keynote Proficient B, and today I'll be talking about how is life after COVID-19 pandemic. It is said that it all began last year in China, when someone decided to just eat a bat for no particular reason. And what happened was that the bat had some type of disease similar to the family of the coronavirus, which is most commonly seen as an animal virus. And this virus adapted itself to affect humans, while also being extremely contagious. The first case of COVID-19 here in Brazil happened on February 26th, and surprisingly, it was not from China, but actually from Europe and the United States. A study showed that the virus that came to Brazil was not the same. What I'm trying to say is, what came to Brazil sure was COVID-19, but among all the people infected, there were almost 100 different types of COVID-19, to which only 3 of them spread itself and are possibly the ones responsible for the infection of the whole country. Everything that I said up until now happened before the quarantine and the change of our former lifestyles. And the actual point of this talk. There's no exact date on when the quarantine started, but there are signs of early self-isolations on the beginning of March and a complete self-isolation on the 26th of March. And thus it began our new normal life. Everything changed. The way we used to work changed, the way we studied, the way we lived our lives changed drastically, and everyone was caught off guard by this. The ones that worked in an office simply changed to a home office. But those who could not do that, those who relied on sales and needed the contact with the customer, were the ones that took the bigger hit. Take for example the restaurants. The ones that were already used to some mobile apps and the delivery system turned the situation into a mine of gold, since everyone was buying food by delivery. But the ones that couldn't actually do the delivery just went bankrupt. Or neither they went bankrupt or they adapted to this new way of delivering food. Sure, there must have been other options for them, but these 2 are the main ones that we see today. This one is only one of many businesses that needed to adapt to this new situation. Some turned the table and persevered, and others not quite. And now about the lifestyles actually. We couldn't just leave the house and go to a park or mall in the weekend to spend some time with family and friends. All we could do was find new ways to kill time in our homes. Some got interested in new hobbies, and others just stuck with the good old Netflix. The ones that were most affected by this change were the younger ones. Since the school was something that took most part of their day, they just didn't have this contact with the teacher and with other kids. something that is actually really important for the growth of the kid. So hello everyone, my name is Eric. I'm from Keynote Proficient B, and today I'll be talking about how is life after COVID-19 pandemic. It is said that it all began last year in China when someone decided to just eat a bat for no particular reason. And what happened was that the bat had some type of disease similar to the family of the coronavirus, which is most commonly seen as an animal virus. And this virus adapted itself to affect humans, while also being extremely contagious. The first case of COVID-19 here in Brazil happened on February 26th, and surprisingly, it was not from China, but actually from Europe and the United States. A study showed that the virus that came to Brazil was not the same. What I'm trying to say is, what came to Brazil sure was COVID-19, but among all the people infected, there were almost 100.
Hi guys, my name is Melissa. I am from Keynote Proficient B, and today I'm going to talk about gender equality. The definition. Gender equality means that men and women should have the same rights. At work, normally men get bigger charges in wage and a easier way than women. Women are dispensed of their work just because they get pregnant. So in here we can see that men, they have a little facility to get their jobs just for being men, while women have to fight so much more to get their especially work. So they have to study more and work more hard, and if they got they can lose it as easily if they get pregnant, because it means that she gets like fragile just for being a mom. And while she's doing an interview to get a work, they always ask her, do you have kids, as if it is an important question, while it's not. About walking in the streets. Men can go out shirtless without worrying about a thing, while a girl has to pay attention, be careful, and think twice before going out by herself. That is such a sad thing that we have to face every day. A girl has always to think like, I need to go out with someone else, like some other girl, or with my boyfriend, or with my brother, to protect me, because I can be attacked in the streets, and I have to protect myself when it doesn't need to be like this. We would have to feel we feel safe while walking in the streets. Gender inequality in the cinema's environment. Here we have Dwayne Johnson. He is the most well-paid actor. His profit per year is $87.5 million per year. And while Sofia Vergara, she's the most well-paid actress, her profit per year is 40 million. Can you see the difference? It's almost the half. It's more than a half of the difference. Inequality in music's environment. We have Kanye West. He's the most well-paid singer. His profit per year is 170 million, while Ariana Grande, she is the most well-paid female singer. Her profit per year is 72 million. Again, is more than a half. Some demonstrations about the gender equality. We have the biggest one of that is March 8th, the International Women's Day. It's the biggest movement that we have about gender equality, and it is also known as the International Women's Day.
It was created after a demonstration where some employees set fire in a textile factory in New York at the 90s. And it's reminded until today as an example of claiming for gender equality. Gender equality is something that must be discussed because we can't take it as a normal thing anymore. We are all human beings, and there is no difference between us. Why our rights have to be unequal? And it also works from women between men. Like men also suffer from gender inequality. I'm not saying that men suffer like equally as women, but we can say that if a man like starts to work in a women's work, let's say, as a father or as a man from home, he also gets like a prejudice and something like that, and it shouldn't be normal too. Today we have some artists that use their influence on people to talk about it. Beyonce, Katy Perry, Michelle Obama, Frida Kahlo, Marielle, Michael Jackson, and so much other uses their power above people to aware them, and that's something that we also can do in our normal days. The change starts in us, especially in this young generation. Our youth can build a better world. That's it.
Hi, my name is Giovanni and I am from the Keynote Proficiency. And today in my presentation I will talk about racism again, that I have already talked about racism in another one, talking about Black Lives Matter. But today I will talk about some racist terms used in Brazil and that so many people see as normal or continue to use in their daily lives. So the first one is the color of sin, or as you say, a cor do pecado. And used as a compliment, it is associated with the imaginary of the sensualized black woman, and the idea of sin is also even more negative in a society based on religion, like Brazilian one. Another term is bad hair, and we say cabelo ruim. And we say cabelo ruim, carapinha, mafuá, piaçaba, and so many others derivatives that depreciate the afro hair. And for several centuries they have caused negation of their own body and low self-esteem among black women without the desired hair, straight hair. And it goes without saying that how much cosmetic industries, many originate from European countries, have benefited from the beauty pattern that excludes the blacks and the afro hair. The next term is the thing's black, or how you say, it's a coisa tá preta. And this racist speech is reflected in the association between black and an uncomfortable, unpleasant, difficult, and dangerous situation. And the next ones are black market, black magic, blacklist, and black sheep, among numerous other expressions in which the word black represents something pejorative, harmful, and illegal. The next one is one that I use it to say a lot, and when someone explained to me the real meaning of the expression, I was a little bit scared. That is the criado mudo. And the origin of this name came from the time of slavery, and in 1820 the slaves who did the housework were called servants, and some spent day and night next to the Lord's bed, with a glass of water or holding their clothes. And they had to remain silent and mute because some lords found it annoying that they spoke, and many even lost their tongues. And I think this is some scary thing. Last but not least, I want to talk about Santa Claus and Christmas. Like some days ago, I saw on an advertisement where a black child asked to his father why none of the Santa Claus were black like him. And I started to think that in no traditional Christmas movies that we watch in family and things, Santa Claus is never black. And when we go to the mall to like take your children to ask for their presents and this thing, we don't see a black Santa. Another thing is the Barbie dolls that, for me, they are a representation of the social standard of beauty, and until times ago we did not have a black doll. And I think like nowadays we have, but they don't care at all. After all these things that I said, these terms, we see that the racism is structured in our country, in our language, and rooted in these terms that many people still use. So the most important thing is for us to realize our mistakes and try to stop speaking these terms. And the most important thing is try to teach the others, like your family and your close friends.